As I expected, Canelo was basically came out and accepted this offer for Edgar Berlanga. I guess it's going to be a joint venture fight. I know it's going to be the zone involved because both of these guys are basically connected to the zone. So it might be a the zone and PBC fight right now. I know the zone's going to be involved in some way, but this is an interesting fight. Canelo versus Berlanga. It's not the fight that I wanted. Is it still a top five matchup? Um, nah, I could probably find five people that I want to watch Canelo fight before Berlanga. So this is not a top five matchup. Um, in my eyes, just to be honest with you, this fight that he's putting together, I mean, I expected it. I'm not surprised. I announced this months ago, last year actually, 2023. I said that he'll be fighting Berlanga around this time, and a lot of people said Benavidez in September and everything else, and it was already signed. Like no matter what I hear about Lomachenko this week or um, Ryan Garcia and Haney a couple months ago or whatever, or Terrence Crawford this week or last year, no matter what I hear about any other fighter, these people sit up here and make so many excuses when it comes to guys like Canelo. And it's just a trend that's going on. And it's draining the sport, wasting time trying to hold certain fighters' hands and special privileges and what he needs and baby feeding him. And like, it's too much. This dude is spoiled, man. Like, he's no different. He's a man like everybody else. I don't know what the situation is, what the love affair is. He hasn't carried the sport forward in any way. The sport is actually worse off now than it was before he got into the game. If you don't believe me, I'll let you know why. Not right now, but trust me, I will. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he's not growing the sport, growing the sport. Do we know what growing the sport means? No, we're not growing the sport right now. He's following guys to the zone that he's not even fighting. So it makes no sense. Yeah, he can't fight everybody or make all the fights, but at the end of the day, when you have certain fights that the fans are asking for, that needs to be made. I mean, you're fighting for the fans. Right now, he doesn't fight for the fans. He's fighting for himself. And that's a guarantee. Quit supporting these fighters who fight for themselves. That's becoming a bad habit now. There's too many guys who fight for themselves. That's getting a lot of support out here when it comes to the boxing world. But then people want to complain about how boxing ain't the same no more. If you want to just win an argument and defend Canelo to the end, no matter what he does, you're going to get the results you get now. And that's why boxing's last place. That's why you have guys like Canelo Jr., basically Jake Paul, who's Canelo Jr. He's running around fighting fights that nobody's asking for. The reason why he's in boxing because of guys like Canelo. He's like, oh, okay. All you got to do is get a name or something like that and basically build up the fight, or just have some people that's fanned out over any other fight you kind of put together and get you a little cult. And that's the way it's going right now. He's not carrying the sport forward right now. He's basically doing everything that his fans said they got tired of Floyd Mayweather doing. Everything they got tired of Floyd Mayweather doing, the flashiness, all he cares about is money, and he wants to fight for money. He has to fight somebody for $50 million and $100 million. Now Canelo's doing it. So it doesn't really make sense. It goes to show that they didn't like Floyd Mayweather for other reasons, personal reasons. Uh, the way he looks, talks, walks had nothing to do with boxing. So it was personal reasons. Because if it was boxing, we already know Canelo's not on that level. And people can say, well, he's Mexican. No, but he's not getting. Other Mexican fighters aren't getting support. That's putting big fights together like Canelo is, or trying to get to that level. trying to get to that level. You know what I'm saying? Like guys like Munguia, no offense, but he didn't earn that position over other people. Over Benavidez, no, he didn't do that. That was given to him. Just like a lot of this stuff is given to a lot of guys. We're starting to see. I see a lot of people complaining about Lomachenko. These are guys that's on pound for pound all these years. People been spending all these months and years arguing over why Canelo's pound for pound, why Lomachenko's pound for pound, why these guys are the face of boxing, why nobody wants to fight them, and blah, 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 pound for pound. Pound for pound is, ever since people start defending Canelo and Lomachenko on pound for pound, it's definitely been a joke. And for some reason, people agree with me when they're saying stuff out of their mouth, but they won't come out and say that pound for pound is not that good. They won't say that because they're going along with the narrative. It has to be a narrative that people want to go along with, because if not, they're going to look crazy not going with what everybody else says. Man, Lomachenko been doing the stuff he's doing. Canelo's been doing this. What are we talking about? He didn't want to get a rematch with Bivol. And gave him all kind of trouble after the fight. I mean, for some reason, people know everything else about certain fights like Ryan and Haney. But when it goes to fights like Bivol and Canelo, people didn't know anything about that. But he's the face of boxing. But you don't know no details about that? Triple G versus Canelo, you don't know no details? Before what happened before the fight, after? The PED situation with Ryan was bigger than the one with Canelo. So how is he the face of boxing when he's not even getting reported like the face of boxing? Y'all reporting him like he's a regular guy. Like somebody said, a jag, just a regular guy. Just a guy. A jag. But the guy who said that, though, he's usually saying darker guys or just a guy. Usually when he says it. Prospects. I mean, if you're a prospect, you're going to be just a guy. You're a prospect. Got these experts out here talking like casuals, man. If a guy's a prospect, man, please. Another thing too, man. Quit calling these prospects. Quit treating these prospects like they're champions. Like they're prospects for a reason. Okay. Unless you're like Lomachenko, where you're almost a 30-year-old prospect. When you're like 25, 26, 27, and you're a prospect. Yeah, that happens, and that's an advantage. But yeah, they're not like these other guys, man. Canelo ain't really putting in work like that. These young guys are taking over. We have other guys like Virgil Ortiz, Tim Tszyu, Terrence Crawford, still considered young the way they treating him. They treating him like he's younger than all these guys that's 25, 26. So, all these other guys who's really trying to compete and fight the best. Those days for Canelo is over, man. I mean, he fighting Berlanga, that's cool. I seen when people was reporting on Berlanga and everything else, people don't really care too much about Berlanga. They kind of gave up on Berlanga. I know why, but yeah, he's still a young guy, but at the same time, that's not the fight we asking for. We need fighters who want to fight fights that the fans are requesting, not fights they want to just get a paycheck with. And right now, some guys just getting a paycheck. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe.